What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Parasyte, this time of episode 3 and potentially episode 4. Probably will be episode 4 as well. Super excited for this. I absolutely love the initial start to the series. Very much seems like something I'd absolutely love. So asks a lot of questions I'm very interested about. Again, got the kind of horrific body horror kind of dysmorphia stuff. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but the kind of morph and kind of yeah, I love that kind of stuff. So hopefully be more of the same today. Again, I love the questions that this series poses as well about humanity and so on. So looking forward to seeing where it does go. Let me know what you guys think about this episode there down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these reactions. I'll probably be doing more than once a week, but again, I'll just kind of see how that goes. Yeah, let's get right into it. Oh shit. There's a lot of this in Japan, isn't there? Sorry to pause for a sec. By the way, she's definitely a fucking parasite. Look at that vacant ass stare that she's got. Look at that. No, she's not, but she's definitely got a vacant stare. She definitely doesn't look as human as everyone else in her. That's a big problem with Japan, isn't it? You think because they're so polite and such on these trains that and in general on public transport and such, and they don't talk, that there wouldn't be too much of that kind of stuff going on, but it's actually like the perfect ground for it, where it's considered maybe slightly rude and such, like be talking on the phone or making loud noise on the train. Again, I think this sentence sums it up with Japanese, that they aim to be smellless rather than to wear like aftershave and deodorant. They aim to be smellless. Not offensive in any way whatsoever, bad or good. I think that I imagine that does end up with a lot of smelly BO people, to be honest with you, though. So I don't think that really works. But yeah, I mean, it's like the perfect ground for it. The fact that you're not meant to talk, you're not meant to kind of cause a scene or anything, means that you can probably get away with groping people and such quite easily on a Japanese train, especially when it's as packed. When you see those like scenes of the Japanese conductors like pushing people in the train, it's yeah, crazy. But yeah, easy to get away with. So even though she's a parasite, good job on her calling this shit out. Good job on her. I like that. They call him a molester. Oh dear. Must be so embarrassing. Get caught that. Well, he should go to jail. That's the thing. Yeah, it must be super embarrassing for him. See, if this was anywhere else in the world, he'd probably just get knocked out. Oh, he did. I mean, that guarantees it, right? There's no way someone's just sending someone flying like that. But parasite powers. Will we call them parasite powers? I guess so. But yeah, we do see her in the opening as well, again, looking very suspect, so pretty sure it's guaranteed that she is a parasite. And the fact that she was able to discern that he was molesting someone while she wasn't touching him or even like that close to him. And like, why would she do that is an interesting question as well, isn't it? Why would she help a human? Does she also just find that disgusting? That says a lot about the humans that do that kind of stuff. Even a cannibalistic parasite finds that disgusting and calls it out. I think this show will have a lot to say in general about humanity. Compare it to these parasites and just showing the bad sides of us, which there's plenty of. Oh, sorry guys. Everyone has a bad side. Everyone has things they don't want other people to see. So I think we'll be seeing that quite a bit here. God, sorry guys. The Feast. Oh yeah, I remember this episode sounding pretty crazy. I played about Parasyte though. Some good morals. Maybe it's one similar to our main characters here. Shinichi is his name, I think. Also, do you reckon this will be a thing of like? I mean, he can sense them, so I don't. Oh, it's Izumi, my bad. I don't think it'll be a thing. I was going to bring up Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I don't think it's going to be a thing like that because again, he can sense them, but maybe eventually. Oh, it's Shinichi. Maybe eventually everyone just like one day might just be parasites. Okuju metal. It's a school. Maybe one of the worst places for this parasite to manifest. There are all these kids about. And obviously with a lot of people here as well. Is it going to be that woman that we saw? The substitute? Is she going to be a substitute teacher? Oh, it is as well. It's quite hot, isn't she, actually? Yeah, so it's her. The new substitute teacher. There's always something going on with Japanese midterm like additions, whether it be students or teachers. Oh wow, she's already found you. You seem pretty damn good at spotting. Yeah, she seems very good at locating, doesn't she? From what we saw in that intro. Again, I think she's maybe different than the others there, so maybe it's not too bad. In the opening, we see like there's like two women facing opposite directions. She looks like the more kind of brutal, ruthless type. She's attractive, but maybe it's like a duality thing. I don't know. Very aware, isn't she? Like I said earlier, maybe that means that she's got a human brain still. Something similar to Shinichi. See, the maths was my favourite subject at school, so I would have liked this teacher. I got on quite well with my maths teacher. Was everyone laughing at him? Wasn't that funny, was it? I don't know, she has got that vacant kind of look, so maybe she is full Parasyte. The fact that you didn't compliment her means that it was an insult. There's bigger things going on, love. There's bigger things going on around here. Well, she's gonna have to feed. So, I think maybe we're gonna like try and make some agreements, perhaps. You know what we should do? I think we should feed these things the worst of the worst criminals there are, to be honest with you. Talk to the government, sort out some kind of agreement. So she is full Parasyte. Yeah, I was just gonna say as well, she's probably inevitably gonna get quite a bit of attention. Not just from the students. I imagine the poor soul that does end up going on a date with her probably get eaten. Let's hope it is. Well, let's hope it's no one, but if there's anyone at school, let's hope it's the teachers and not the students. Like I said, if government like do find out and so on, again, I feel like if we had to have like, an agreement with them, you know, just like send them to the prisons. Not everyone in prison deserves to die, but like again, just like the worst of the worst. Well, this guy doesn't stand out, does he? He's not very good at hiding himself, is he? I can't believe we're just doing this out in the open. It doesn't. Did she overhear that? Well, at least she didn't hear anything worse. So she did get pregnant, but what happened then? Oh, so it's still in there? Good question. I imagine it's a human baby. Yeah. Yeah. It makes sense that it would be. Parasyte is like a third party of sorts, isn't it? I mean, I don't know everything about the parasites, but This guy is really awful. Trying to hide. Germs. No, I feel like you're fucking useless anyway. Yeah, this guy is like super simple and dumb. Good point. Okay. We did actually, yeah, I forgot about that scene of those two going to go at it. But yeah, I don't know why, it just feels like it makes perfect sense. I mentioned germs. I'm not sure the most. What would you guys say? I mean, a parasite. I kind of think of a leech, something like that, something that kind of sucks the blood of the host. In this case, it fully kind of takes over, and you see that quite a lot in animals. There's like a fungus, I think, that it's called like the zombie fungus that takes over an animal's body after it's dead. I've seen some weird videos of, and there is fungus and leeches and parasites that live with loads of wild animals that kind of coexist with them. A little bit like Shinichi and Migi, where it just kind of lives. Like a turtle, for example, it'll go in the shell, it'll kind of attach itself and then suck up some nutrients and just live there. Horrible things. I've seen some more videos of, yeah, things getting taken out like that. It's always quite satisfying though. But yeah, I kind of see it as like, again, like a leech, like it especially in Shinichi's situation, it like attaches itself, it sucks up and it coexists with its host. Maybe it's not exactly beneficial for the host, but they both can kind of live. Whereas this is, again, a bit more extreme, where it infects you, but it's one of those creatures that is just like a solo organism. I'm not very good at science or anything, so I'm probably saying a load of crap by now. But yeah, it's like a solo organism, and they very much kind of look after themselves for the most part. We saw it with the kind of simplistic man just then. They usually kind of just look after themselves. And care about their own survival, and there is no I don't know why, it just kind of makes sense that there is no reproducing. I don't know, kind of felt natural, and the fact that it would be a human baby. I wonder what's going to happen to this human baby. Kind of horrible to think about, actually, isn't it? She actually gonna have it, do you reckon? And then infect it? Just gonna kill it? It wouldn't surprise me if she just kills it while it's inside herself. I hope we don't see. I really hope we don't see that. But yeah, again, lots of. I love the topics this show covers. Really do, and I probably will watch another episode today. I just, yeah, I'm really vibing with the show. But I also don't want to finish it too quickly. Terror. Why would you do this to me? But we've got to keep our hands clean. I wonder if that was the intention behind that though. I was also thinking, what happens when the students find out these guys, I mean, they're not dating, but kind of meeting each other like this? Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Showing up here? The fucking Japanese police. Idiot. Three obstacles. I guess he didn't just see that. Yeah. Wow. How was she gonna sort this out without getting seen is a good question. Maybe she'll also just kill some people that are there and watching, and then sort it out by herself and then just disappear like nothing happened. But how do we fight that? I'll tell you what really sucks. Our awareness really does kind of suck, I've noticed. In terms of finding other parasites. They always seem to notice us and find us before we find them. Which makes sense because it's not like completely consumed. Stay in line. Fucking run. Fucking this is the negative, isn't it? If the Japanese being so fucking light. Look how slow they're going down the stairs. Walk. Everyone's so calm. Wow. Yeah, this is the objectively best thing to do perhaps, but no, that's not happening. And remember the end of last episode as well, and he said to those bullies he was going to eat them. Let's also keep in mind that fact that maybe his mind is perhaps slightly changing a bit. Not anything. Well, it is to do with the parasite, but the parasite isn't. It's hard to talk about, really, isn't it? Sorry to pause again. I do pause a lot watching this show, but when I say affecting his mind again, I don't mean like literally like it's worming his way. It can't anymore. We know that. But in terms of, again, like in the last episode, he said that bullies, "I'll fucking devour you," and then he got a little bit aggressive. He doesn't tend to be. I mean, people like this, I think they. I wouldn't say they always have like a lot of pent up aggression, but they can be aggressive. The usual kind of chill guy, the smart guy that you kind of know that just sits in the corner. They can have some kind of pent up aggression and such, but maybe just I don't know, something about his relationship with Miggy and all the ongoings. I mean, it's pretty stressful, so you can understand why he has the outburst. But especially the scene in the last episode where he did say it would devour them. That was like a bit. That was like something someone with a parasite fully affecting them would say, isn't it? So I wonder if it's affecting him mentally in terms of bringing his thought process more in line the more he can understand Miggy and the parasites, the more his brain maybe aligns to that side of things, because he is like an apex predator as well. So yeah, interesting to think about. As plenty with this show, as you guys know. I tried not pausing so much, but again, I just a lot to talk about, and I don't really want to miss anything either. But yeah, definitely going to be doing a second episode today. No, that was not to my liking. That is wars and so on. Logical. He got lucky, that guy. Not getting sliced up. Primitive. So he's only worried about the parasite, is what Mickey's saying. That gives us the upper hand slightly. Makes sense? Cats. They're just going to probably pretend to let Mickey fight for the most part and then come in at some point. And yeah, I'm glad I am watching the second episode. I had a feeling that we wouldn't actually see the full thing this one. But yeah, really another really interesting episode. Quite tension filled. I love this new edition of this woman. This very attractive woman. I like her. I do like her. She's measured, calculating, interesting. Again, not this guy's so primitive in comparison, but he just really just kind of is his kind of operations, if that makes any sense. Like as a creature, it's like feed. Like I'm thinking of like a lion. It's like feed, defend yourself / your offspring. And yeah, he just is just his primitive nature, isn't he? Which I respect in some way. For normal people like that, I respect a lot of people, like real humans, that are just kind of so focused on the basic necessities. I don't know. I'm making that sound way more complicated than it is. I don't appreciate it too much in a parasite, of course, but it can make you like very dangerous being that simple, if that makes sense. Just shoot. What was that word? Dishevel. Dishevelled hair. And you know what? Some of this stuff, or I haven't ever read a Junji Ito manga. I've seen an anime adaptation recently. Uzumaki's coming out next season, I believe. So I can't wait for that. Yeah, some of it reminds me a little bit of some artwork I've seen for like Uzumaki. I was thinking a minute ago, like the teachers that saw that guy do that must be thinking, oh shit, Junji Ito's work has just come to life. But yeah, if you guys like this series, again, pretty sure Uzumaki has got 4 episodes coming out, which has been supposedly coming out for like a couple of years now. But I think that's coming out next season or the season after. So yeah, look forward to that if you guys like shows like this, I guess. Again, I've seen an adaptation of his work, and there was like 3 or 4 really awesome episodes in there, but the rest just like didn't look too great animation wise. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. It's all in black and white as well. But yeah, again, really good episode today. I love this introduction of this substitute maths teacher, who again is very cold, calculated, but smart, and just looking forward to seeing more of her and seeing her relationship with Shinichi going forward, to be honest with you. I think that'll be really interesting, especially again seeing what she does with the baby, seeing how she plans on going about eating humans, because inevitably she will have to, so and probably has as well before this. So yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what happens with that. Hopefully it might be a little bit like what we saw with the intro, where she knows right from wrong, evidently, in like human society. She called out that molester, so hopefully it's like a thing of she finds people like that and eats them. It kind of goes with what I said about like if the government found out, like giving them the worst prisoners, don't really mind too much if these people end up leaving the world. So yeah, we'll see on that front, but looking forward to an action-packed episode, which I will be adding in this video in a second. Let me know what you guys thought of this one down in the comment section though, and we'll get straight into episode 4. Okay, so straight back in with episode 4. And Mr. A, who is, yeah, it's a very fitting name for him actually, isn't it? A. Tells you who he is. So yeah, I was gonna say like this is all in English, but I genuinely thought this was in Japanese. Like this was Japanese language for like the last 3 or 4 years since I heard this song. I get that with English songs as well. Like you hear something completely different than what the actual lyrics say. I used to get that quite a bit. But yeah, like if you listen to this without reading the lyrics, it kind of just sounds like Japanese. To me, anyway, it did. So yeah, look at this. So, yeah, they are. Is that the same woman? I think that is the same woman. They look a lot alike. So maybe that does go with what I said earlier about her actually. I don't know. Maybe her humanity shows in her more than many others. I don't know. Do you know what? The woman just before her actually looks quite a bit like the remake version of Maria from Silent Hill 2 remake. Which I'm super excited for, even though I can't play it because I'm on Xbox, which sucks ass. But eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to play it. I played the original anyway, so, and that's one of the best games I've ever played in my life, so it's like it's not too big a deal. How are you meant to get in on this? Like, how does Miggy expect you to fucking jump in on this? I don't think so. You. But how? True, true. Oh. Well, I just got flashbacks to what was it, Saw 6 or 7? Or the shittier ones. That trap that woman's there's like a thing that goes down her throat, and then there's like four of those things that pierce her. Fucking hell, man. I know he's about to walk into this. No, he's not. He's not human anymore. Huh? He's trying to process. So I'm also assuming that the sharp bits from these parasites is like the iron within your body. I think everything that comes from these parasites is made up of what's usually within a human. He seems to be in turmoil. I love the way Miggy puts things, just so scientifically blunt. Smart. Ah. Any of you guys are ever in a situation like that, I guess, you know, to actually just push it in deeper. Interesting. Never seen that. But yeah, smart. Well, it's the same as dislodging anything. If you take it out, it's usually going to bleed a hell of a lot, isn't it? But I've never seen it like that. Interesting. Relocation. You're not looking too good, bro. You look like shit. Oh, she's just waiting to slice you up, I think. Oh, she's on the run. Oh, slice him up. Blow him up. Holy crap. Smart. Smart. I was going to say, I imagine she's smart enough to realise that might be his next objective. I was going to say, I hope she runs away, but then I was like, oh, she's probably actually just going to kill him. So weak. That was fucking quick. What the hell? I was expecting something to do like, because we saw his buttons and stuff just get sliced off. I was expecting some people to like question his involvement in what just happened. Yeah. What I said about last episode, what's the deal? We need to investigate. So she is going to still have the baby? What does that matter to any of these people? What does that matter? Yeah. Understandable that it's unexpected. Almost rude. It's rude. Already done. Yeah, I kind of doubt it as well. Yep, that's another thing. If we kill her, we're killing an actual human baby. Maybe that's another bit of her genius. Actually, maybe that's why she's kept it, because this is insurance against Shinichi if he ever was to even try something. She now has a kind of a hostage essentially. Damn, that's actually genius. I think that is probably intentional as well. Why would she leave her? Like, she said she didn't want to get unsettled and lose her position or anything because of the whole Shinichi stuff. But she's actually willing to give that up in place of this kind of human shield. Shows how important it must be to her. Or maybe she just wants to experiment on it or stuff, perhaps, I don't know. But yeah, she gave that position up very quickly. Honestly, again, I think that's very rude, to be honest with you. I can understand that it does actually seem quite like Japanese to be frowned upon, like stuff like this, especially like with not knowing who the dad is or anything. But again, lots of other places, and personally, I'd find that rude. I don't have to divulge every piece of information about my life to you people. You people are just like people I work with. Like, yeah, keep it professional. It's a very personal matter. I don't know, maybe it's different with kids and such, I don't know, but that's rude, honestly. Surprised she didn't just cut them all up. But no, she is very much more calculated. I don't know, I kind of like her, strangely. I don't know, it's weird. I like her. Exactly. Can't kill her. Wouldn't it be quite funny if she just changed her face and then applied at this school again? True, true. But maybe not optimal. Yeah, as what I was talking about earlier with A, he very much is that directive, isn't he? Like an insect, like an ant. Well, we do have a directive: survival. Survival is the human's directive. Although, oh shit. Yeah, humans do have a directive. Like I said, I've brought this up a few times. I remember reading this article about a guy that wanted to off himself and he jumped off a bridge. But as soon as he'd done it, his instincts to survive kicked in, and he obviously wanted to die. But as soon as he hit that water, which he hit with a ton of force, and I think he had like a broken back and a few broken bones. I don't know it. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know everything about this, by the way. But as soon as he hit that water, his instincts to survive came in, and he started swimming, and he started struggling and doing actions of which you'd want to survive, even though his intention was to die. So yeah, I feel like again the human directive is to survive and to breed a future as well for your offspring. It's like to multiply and to again have a good future for your kids as well and their grandkids and so on. So I think that's the human directive. Her directive, and like I said about A, it is very insect-like, ant-like. They maybe not ant-like in terms of they get directions from like a queen, for example, but just like your job is work, your life is work. You're a worker ant. You work. That's your life. You follow that directive. You do everything to hold that. You die for that in a lot of cases. But yeah, there's a quite again with like the food chain stuff. I think maybe she gets that directive of kill this species because humans are so dangerous, aren't they? They can be so dangerous. So it's like making them the apex predator, making them the top dog, would just like that being a directive isn't crazy at all, is it? Wanting to become the top of the food chain and yeah, just having total kind of control and such. So interesting. I do see it again, slightly insect like. I'm quite fascinated. I always used to be that kid on primary school that used to like dig up the dirt and play with like the insects and such. So I do like insects and do find them interesting, just how kind of unconscious they are in all their actions and such. It is just everything to survive, everything to eat, to live through the winter, so on. I guess that is what some people would consider to be a message from God, your human directive, hey? A lot of Christians and people of religion, I imagine. It's another interesting topic. She is going to experiment on it. Ugh. Off patterns. So we do see her hair in the opening, don't we? Ah, she confirmed what I was talking about. He's no longer pure, and I think she's talking about him being a pure human with pure human mindset. She's talking about the fucking instead of the bullies, isn't she? How is she seeing this? Yeah, she's like looking into his cells, I think, there or something. Again, we know she's super attentive and has so much attention to detail. Ah. So yeah, that confirms it. That confirms that outburst was not just pent up anger. That was something primal within Shinichi. That bully outburst in episode 2. I like this woman, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't, because she said she could experiment on her baby and eat it if needs be, but there's something about her that I don't know. She's quite cool. People can like villains, of course. Yeah, who knows? Something about her, I just maybe it's because she's the mysterious, beautiful woman. God, is she gonna eat her mum? I imagine she'd be nothing like your daughter. Yeah. Damn. She was actually gonna let her live. Kinda sucks. Oh, family. That's family. Not sure they understand that concept. Not sure they could understand that concept with how they are, the cannibalism. Again, they're looking out for their own best interests. But as much as these things are powerful, they're actually they are missing quite a few things, aren't they? Oh my god, he can just go off now? Well, that's not good. That's his mum. Oh yeah, shit. We see his mum in the opening getting cut up, don't we? I don't like that. Let me just put that together. I don't like that. I feel like that is bad news. Like, will Miggy need us if he can go off by his own? Well, you know that's going to be coming up later. It's almost guaranteed. I don't like this development though. It can fucking go off by itself. That's terrible news, honestly. I mean, we didn't really have. I can't really say we had full control over it anyway, but it at least probably felt a bit more like you could control it. It being a part of you. As I said earlier, family, they can kind of sense when you're changing a bit. And he is changing, as with what the woman said. Why? How does it really even affect things if they know? I mean, it's obviously might get compromised. Obviously he doesn't want, but surely there's like not that much possibility of him being compromised. I mean, the parents probably won't understand, but they'd look out for their son. Oh, what happened there? It's a big old scar. Oof. You know, this gives me like PTSDs. That gives me PTSD, that does. Oh shit. Oh fucking hell. Boiling hot. Yeah, I'm giving PTSDs because I think I was maybe like 10, maybe even younger. I can't quite remember, but for some reason we had our computer kind of it was higher up. Usually you have like computer low, but there was like a fireplace. This was in my old house. There was like a fireplace next to it. I can remember it quite vividly. We had my like computer set up like on a desk like I have here. But then like computer was like up on the top left here, and I couldn't reach it because I was a kid. So I stepped on a chair and tried turning it on, and I fell from the chair. I hit my chin on the edge of the fireplace and cut through my tongue underneath my tongue, like halfway through I think it was, and had to have that stitch up, and that was a shitload of blood. And I don't remember it being all that painful, to be honest with you guys. I just remember bleeding a lot. But yeah, I remember that very vividly because I've never seen that much. Well, that is a bit of a lie. I've seen, yeah, but I've never seen that much blood come from myself. And yeah, that I didn't really freak out or anything too much. I think I actually handled it really calmly. But it sounds a lot worse than it was, to be honest with you guys. And I don't think there's any kind of because this is at the bottom of my tongue. I don't think there's any kind of scar or anything there either. There probably is, but it's just hard to see because no one ever really looked at the bottom of my tongue. I can't even tell you the last time I looked at the bottom of my tongue myself. I only look at my tongue really when I brush my teeth and scrub at it before I end up fucking gagging. But yeah, it also reminds me a little bit of I went on holiday a couple of years ago and I ended up picking up, I don't know why they still do these, but I put some noodles in, and it was all metal, so I went to pick it up and I grabbed it, and both of my thingies here got burnt, and that really fucking hurt. On holiday it was a pain in the ass. Like that happening at home one day, it's like, yeah, fair enough, you fucked up. But that happened to me on holiday, and that kind of ruined me for for a couple of days, which sucked ass. But yeah, I'll never do something like this again. Stand on something that is not 100% safe, because that was a good life lesson, I guess. I remember I went to go play Spore. I think it was. Any of you guys know what that game is? To be honest with you guys, a couple of the creatures from Spore look a little bit like the mutation things from this show, actually. But yeah, that game, I remember it was hyped up massively. So I bought it, and yeah, it was really good. It wasn't as long as I thought it would be, I remember. But yeah, I like the creativity with that game. It's quite fun. Imagine if that hit him. Oh, fucking hell. And she doesn't give a fuck about herself whatsoever. Yeah. That's a fantastic mother right there. What the fuck? Where do we... Oh shit. Oh shit. He can create a complex... He can create a complex contraption like a gun? That's incredible, that is. Jesus. The rebellious phase. Be nice to your mum. She's a lovely woman. This is kind of normal for a teenager, though. Spanking the monkey. You know what? He probably thinks he was now. Never heard that. Spanking the monkey. What does that even mean?
一のことわからない。あなた一体どうなっちゃってるのよ。朝はあんなに反対したじゃない。あれは一体何だったの？そして今度は手のひら返したみたいに、今度は親のことなんてどうでもよくなったの？
そうじゃないよ。母さんこそどうしたんだよ、いきなり。
わからないのよ。あなたのことが何もわからない。何かが違う。まるで自分の子じゃ。
That. I mean, this is a little bit of a crazy reaction. He hasn't changed that much. It's not like he's not your son anymore.
寂しい。朝はそう思ったんだよ。でも友達に話したら笑われちゃってさ、考え直したんだ。だから今は何ともない。寂しければ家に友達を呼べばいいんだ。ほんとそれだけだよ。もういいだろ。
That's a terrible lie. Again, I've got terrible vibes from now realising that she's that woman in the opening.
でもひょっとして初めてかもね。こんな何日も。アパートに住んでた頃にはとてもそれどころじゃなかった。
あの頃は大変だったからな。
そういえばこのやけどもその頃。
Yeah, I also do have a scar from cooking on my, where is it?
ガスとか戸締まりに気をつけて。
Oh, it might have gone.
まあ、こっちのことは心配すんな。
Yeah, oh my god. Sorry, guys. Have I healed it? I had it for ages not having it. Still there. Just, I was looking in the wrong place. I was from a cooking class at school, and pretty simple. I just went to get a pizza out of the oven, and the little bit that the glove wasn't over on my hand just ended up hitting the oven. So not similar at all to her scar, but a cooking scar. I like scars though. I'm not sure if any of you guys like that. They're almost a bit like tattoos for me. I'm not going to bother sorting out the timer. They're almost like tattoos in a way. They kind of like tell a story. They do the same job like a tattoo does, just not quite as pretty looking perhaps. But I like the fact that they like tell stories about your life. I've got quite a lot on my legs from playing football. I quite like them. No good is coming out of this, is it? I feel like either way though, if they went on this trip or they didn't, they'd be in danger. So, oh shit! I've just realised something. The baby moved. I just realised something. I've just realised something terrible. I'm putting it together a bit. The scene we see in the opening with Shinichi's mother and her like head turning into one of those things. I think I'm not sure that's actually going to happen. I almost feel like that's too much of a spoiler to put in the opening. I feel like that might be a kind of red herring. But because now this woman, this cold, calculated woman, has now realised that family can sense a change in you after this, and she realised that Shinichi is changing a little bit. She's going to realise that his family is going to realise that he's changing, and eventually they're going to find out about this stuff. So she's probably going to deal with his family, is what I put together here. Which is not good. Which is terrible. Again, everything should make me not like this woman. That's the whole this kid situation especially, and I really don't like it. But I don't know, something like she's a good villain. I like her. I don't know what it is. She's endearing. Maybe that's the way. Like I've been told by women in the past they found me interesting, and I got quite a lot of attention just because I seem like a mysterious guy. But in reality, I'm just quite quiet and introverted. They think I'm like some super mysterious guy, and they're interested in me because of that. And I feel like maybe that's what I'm doing here. She's actually just like, I mean, she is smart and cold and calculated, but she's not all. I mean, yeah, she's mysterious, but maybe I'm kind of being. I feel like women are quite stupid when they say that about me, which sounds bad, but again, they're overcomplicating it. Again, it's a very simple matter of I'm just kind of boring and introverted. Maybe I'm doing the same here, perhaps, in terms of like maybe I'm hiring her up to like a higher place than she is. I don't know. I like her a lot though. I do like her a lot. The Stranger. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the movie The Stranger, which I think I've seen the sequel, which is decent as well, but there was a kind of remake of sorts, I think, that came out last year, which was apparently terrible. But that is a story of a couple in their own home, not on a trip away, but in their own home, and the stranger just knocks on the door and they get terrorized. So this might be a reference to that, perhaps. When did this come out? 2014. Maybe that might be a reference to that in terms of like saying Shinichi's parents are going to have a stranger, probably the woman, come in and do the business, perhaps. I don't know. Going ahead with what that theory I just said there was so a few characters I don't recognise in this preview. There's a very quick shot of something there, and there's Shinichi's mother, but she looks very creepy in this shot, doesn't she? Like, what the hell's that about? I'm also thinking perhaps eventually the kind of the tell of her being, if Shinichi's mum does kind of change into one of these parasites, maybe that's what it might be. Maybe Ryoko might relocate to Shinichi's mother to control him, perhaps. I don't know. But I think the tell might be like at some point, I think these creatures will probably have to think about what they have on their skin, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I imagine them being the human host, their skin's probably like perfect, and they might have to kind of consciously think about the fact that they have a massive scar on their hand. If they don't think about that, then there might just be like normal human skin, and that might be a tell as to that she's no longer human, perhaps. Again, just wildly kind of theorizing here, to be honest with you. Baseless theorizing. Oh, that shot is so quick. I don't think I can look through scene by scene on this website. Fuck's sake! There's literally split second. Whatever. I'm pretty sure that's Shinichi's mum with a fucking thing behind her, but I can't be sure. Oh my god, every time. My reaction speed. I'm usually pretty good with, well, I'm not pretty good with my reaction speed. I'm good with my acceleration. Yeah, it is that. Oh god. Well, yeah, thank you guys for watching. But yeah, what I said earlier as well about the fact that the head changing might come up at some point. Maybe I was thinking like that might potentially come up like the midway point towards like 12 episodes or something, but maybe that might come up next episode from the looks of things. Who knows? Again, strangely enough, we see in the opening that Shinichi's mother head turns into like the Crazy Blades. I call it. It's a pretty cool name actually, the Crazy Blades. Yeah, it turned into it, but like there's still possibilities, even though we've seen that, and I believe something bad's going to happen to her either way. So it's either like she turns into a parasite, her head gets swapped with one, could just die, or maybe nothing happens. So there's still possibilities. Again, it's quite a big spoiler if that is what happens in the opening, but not a massive deal, I guess. But yeah, she was lovely today. Love the little flashback we saw of Shinichi as a kid saving him. Fight scene earlier was really good as well. But again, lots of very interesting topics covered here. I think Ryoko especially has added a really awesome dynamic to this show in terms of how she is and the questions she poses, again with the baby, the experiments, and again what I said about me theorizing the fact that like you can maybe infer all this just from like the way that she's acted so far. You can infer so much, and just yeah, there's so much to look at in that regard, and like comparing that to humanity, and yeah, just I think it's really well done. Again, I love her character. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. Let me know what you guys thought of the third episode as well. 2 more awesome episodes, and I'll probably watch another 2 this week. So I'll see you guys then. Have a good rest of your day.